Hello everybody, happy Sunday. It is a dreary kind of cloudy Sunday today, and I decided to come back with another video. I wanted to leave this video because I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube this weekend because it's been just not the best weekend. We're just coming out of this tropical stormy type weather. I believe we're gonna get some more rain today, but it's all good. I just been chilling at home, and this video has actually resonated with me. I didn't know I still had my other computer on. Let me turn this off because all the notifications will start coming through. I hope everybody is well today. I hope you have watched my latest videos. I do have one on Self Love TV as well as the main channel here, Lydia's Life TV. If you have not, go out today if you're not busy and check them out. And I appreciate it so much, and also for all of the support. I want to welcome back all of the returning viewers and subscribers, as well as anybody that's coming through today viewing for the first time. If you see anything here or hear anything here that you enjoy, please consider subscribing by hitting the subscribe button right below the video, and I would appreciate that. Make sure that you do not leave without liking, commenting, and let me know you came through. And I truly enjoy thoroughly being able to respond back to you guys and acknowledging your presence on my channel. So I want to thank you. Today, I think it's a topic that is a trigger warning. I'm going to say this up front. Whenever I've only left one other video kind of relative to this, and it was a trigger warning. And sometimes it can be a trigger warning from your own families and friends. So I'm going to say that before I do that. But I'm going to put some disclaimers out here prior to leaving this video. First off, this video is in no way negative toward anybody in my family, my children, my parents, or anything. It's just to make people aware and help people to feel more comforted in their decision makings, and hopefully get you to think about your life and where you are. I think this year is really turning out to be, it's developing into a year that we are supposed to be growing and learning. I really believe that with everything in me. I think it's a year that has challenged us and has awakened in us our purpose, and also have revealed some insecurities as well as flaws, if you will, to help us to really structure our lives and get us on course. And when I talk about that to other people, I'm talking about it to myself as well, because all of those things have happened to me, and that's why I feel that I can speak on it. And hopefully with this video, it will help you. It will help you in a way that you can sit down and actually decide what direction you need to take, help you make peace with some things, and help you to end this year on a positive note, because this year is more than halfway in, and it's just been one thing after another. So we can salvage this year by making it a year that we can truly say we were challenged and we grew from it. And that is my hopes. So I know you guys have already seen the title of this video, but I'm just going to reiterate it here, and it's Don't Design Your Life Around Your Grown Children. And the reason why I state it again, because I think it's so many people suffering from this. I get a lot of emails, and it's been happening a lot more recently, and I am so thrilled, being that I have started this life coaching business that has given me an opportunity to be challenged with questions and advice that people want from me in certain things. And this is one truly that I receive a lot when it regards adult children, because all of my children are adults, every last one of them. And even my youngest is married. She has her own family. She's married. So I get a lot of questions in regards to that. How do I live alone? Do I miss this? Do I feel a certain way about certain things? So I think I'm a person that's very well versed on this, and I think that I can actually give some comforting advice. I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do, but I think I can give some comforting advice or ideas in how to maneuver through this. So if you're interested in this video, just keep watching. Okay, first off, I want to say it's very hard when that first child leaves home, because this is new, because you're used to nurturing, providing and being everything for them. Especially, I'm going to say especially, and I'm not going to minimize people of two-parent households, but I'm going to say especially if you are a single parent, because we have a tendency to be very overprotective of our children when we're doing it alone, because you try to protect them from everything. And if you're a female, a woman who is raising children, sometimes we feel like we're not giving enough. That's the main thing. You feel like you're not being enough because you feel like you're shorting them in some way because they don't have that other parent. And also, if you're raising sons, it can be very hard because you feel like I can't teach them certain things that a man, the father, would be able to teach them. So you send them out into the world feeling like they haven't gotten everything they need. So you carry that weight around with you. You try to give them the best that you can, and even when you make mistakes, you feel like is it going to be something that they're going to carry into the world and fault you for because of the lack of something. So I was a victim to that. I carried that around with me for years. But I have come to realize that I did the best that I could at the time. You know, sometimes life can give you a lot of things, a lot on your plate. And sometimes you might not do everything that you should, or you may have step on some things. But you know what? At the end of the day, when you know that you've done the best that you can at the time that you were in, you got to keep going on. So that's what I truly have recognized in my life, and I've moved forward. Now, what I'm telling you this for is because I have a lot of people that I am associated with here on YouTube, and I've made friends with people who have traveled all around the world, and some of them have grown children that are here in the States and they have moved abroad, and in some way they're carrying guilt for feeling like they left behind their grown children, and they feel that in some way that is not being a good parent. But when you have raised your children and you have given them all of that foundation and the nurturing that you needed to give them, or the best that you could give them, and they decided to go off into life and make choices of their own and live independently away from you, not dependent on you, at that point you have to know it's time to let go of your children. Now, this is a conversation that I have with my best friend all the time. I'm not sure if she's watching this video, but we've had this conversation a lot, and we've cried on each other's shoulders because of the things that we feel like our children have been neglected of, or they don't understand. And we've cried often wondering, would that be something that they would hold against us in some way? But I have come to realize that the children that we bore, now you hear me on this one, they never belonged to us. See, we feel that because we had these children, that they were ours forever, and that we had a right to be able to control certain things in their lives. But what we were was the vessel in which they were to come into this world. And once you have given them the foundation and developed the things in them that they needed, we send them out into the world for them to be able to soar and to fly on their own. And I think I did a video where I touched on that subject a little bit, so I'm not going to get back into that part. But after you've done that and your children are standing on their own and doing their own things, at that point it is okay for you to focus on your life and the things that you want to do with it for the rest of it, no matter how old you may be. Now, there are some parents who started at a very young age, so they're not very much older than their children, so they still have a whole long life to live. And some of us, you know, started at a decent age at motherhood, so we could be up there. You know, with me, I think I was pretty young, but I wasn't really young. So my children are pretty much, you know, the adults. They even past college age now, unless they just trying to keep further in education. But they're past college age and they're doing their own things. They have spouses and they have a family of their own. And even my oldest daughter has moved away, further away from all of us. So at that point, I started thinking, once my nest was empty, when my youngest daughter left, I was like, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? at that time, I began to realize how much my children consumed a lot of my time, even though when you're in the process of doing it, you don't realize how much time that you devote to either providing for them or trying to give them their individual time or trying to be a family and do family things. It's a lot. They may be involved in activities that you have to get them to and from, or purchase things for them, or you're raising, you're cooking, you're clothing, you're working. It's a lot involved. Giving them a foundation of a spirituality, there's a lot involved into parenting. And once all of that is gone, then you're like, oh my God, I'm here alone. And especially if you don't have a spouse. A lot of times we have spouses and we can pick up and go on with life, enjoying the rest of our life with them. But if you're not, then you find yourself here like, whew, twiddling these thumbs and wondering, oh wow, what am I going to do? So that's when people tend to develop hobbies and activities that they can engross and fall into to make up for that time. A lot of people are blessed to be able to have the funds to be able to travel. They pick up these excursions and they start traveling all over the world, and that's a good thing to do, is to find a life of your own and to be able to enjoy what's left of it. It is important that you do that, and you stop trying to fix your life around your adult children. Even when it comes to making a decision, if you decide you want to move somewhere, you can't be saying, well, I'm too far away from my kids. Not unless that's just what you want to do. Now, but this is for the parents who desire, getting tongue twisted, desire to do some other things with their life, like travel abroad or even move abroad. They start feeling guilty, like they're neglecting or they're abandoning their family. And so they make a decision not to do it, and then they remain happy for years because they don't want that label. And that's me. I'm guilty of it. I have grandchildren now. So that is part of my reason in why I have procrastinated on doing things, because I know my grandchildren love me, and I know they enjoy spending time with me, and they love seeing me. And I don't want them to ever feel like I would abandon them in any way. But when you have a calling to do something that's bigger than you, it can be that pull between, should I do this or should I not? And I want people to understand that these are natural feelings, that this is something that you feel naturally. But I want you to understand that if it was your children and their family who decided to move abroad, which some people do. I have family members, I have nieces, and one of them, husband, joined the military, and they have been around the world. They've lived in Germany. They, have moved all across the United States. They've lived in Hawaii, and they did it without even considering the fact that they're leaving their parents, they're leaving their siblings. They did it because that was their lives, and they had the ability to choose to do some things or explore things that they had never had the opportunity to do, and to enjoy life. With this age of digital connections, you can be close to people within the blinking of an eye, with a click of a button. You could be right there in front of them. So it's important that we get on board with that. Even if you're older, learn a few technology things, higher technology things to keep you in contact with people. But don't stop living your life. Continue to live your life. And I'm talking to myself because I have done that for so many years, when I realized that my children didn't need me like that. And even having conversations with my daughters, they have now encouraged me to do some of these things that I've always wanted to do. But I have always carried that guilt, because I did have a child who felt like I abandoned them. And it really, just living 300 miles away, and it really bothered me to feel like that, because I was thinking, what if it had been the shoe on the other foot and they decided to move 1,000 miles away from me? There would have been anything that I could have done about it, because they had a family and had the right to be able to explore life and have adventures. Before my mom's memory started to fail and I was younger, she used to tell me to live my life. And even as time has gotten older, has moved on. I once asked her, would she move with me? And she said no, because she felt that would prevent me from doing and exploring things that I wanted to do. And even at this fragile part of her life now, she's still very independent and still refuses to live with any of us, even though my brother lives with her. But she refuses to do that because I think in her mind she feels that would in some way keep us and prevent us from being able to do the things that we want to do with our lives. So I wanted to get on here and to let you know that that's a normal feeling, first of all. But you don't have to design your life around your adult children, especially after they have passed college age and they're starting families of their own and they're out here doing the things that they want to and they're traveling wherever they want to. Your life still is a valid life. And some of the things that you want to aspire to see and do are out there for the taking. And it's important that you fulfill your life and your life's purpose and get out there and just live and do those things and make memories so that you can share them with your family members. And I thought that was important to share today. So this is a very short, sweet video, but I've seen a bunch of videos out here where people are hurting and crying because their life is pulling them in directions, but they feel this overwhelming amount of guilt for leaving people behind or feeling like they're abandoning people, like as if they are contributing to their households in any way, and other than on a social and family level, when you can connect in so many ways and still be able to travel back and forth and see those loved ones. So think about it. That's what I wanted to put out today. And soar, live your life. You know, God has sat me down in 2020. I've had so many things that has happened to me in 2020. And if I have the opportunity to move into 2021, I want to live my life on my terms and to be able to take a part into these experiences and be able to share those with my grandchildren so that when they grow up, they will be able to understand that it's important to live the life to the fullest and get everything that God has for them here and educate their children on it. I wish I started this when I was younger, you know. I wish I could have given my kids more than I was able to give them. So you guys have a wonderful weekend, a great week coming up. Be safe. Thank you for viewing this video today. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe if you have not. And I will see you in the next video. Remember always, peace and love, kisses and hugs. And I will see you real soon.